there we go. I think you're gonna have to share one mic because one of the other ones is busted. So I don't know. Talking to that one, I know. It's not that one. All right. Why don't you guys, you have My Chemical Romance here in the studios, and that's a band that I've been playing for the last couple of weeks, trying to tell everybody that there are new records coming out at the end of this month. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, speak closely to the mic and clearly so people can hear you, and hopefully you can figure this out, and hopefully both mics will work. Otherwise, we'll all be sharing this one, and it's going to be a sweaty fiasco.
Hi, I'm Gerard.
A little closer there, Gerard.
Hi, I'm Gerard.
Yeah, you got it.
Hi, I'm Ray.
Hi, I'm Mikey.
Matt.
That was too far. Frank, you've done this before. You've been
Frank.
here. All right. All right, we're going to start things off. I guess we'll start things off by a little bit of the band's history, maybe where the name came from, the concept of what My Chemical Romance is, what you guys plan to do as a band and whatnot. And what's your goals? Closer.
Mikey came up with the name, and it's from an Irvine Welsh book. Well, it's not from a specific book, but all his works are referred to as chemical romance. And Mikey just kind of added the "my" in front of it, and it just kind of fit us. We didn't have any names at the time that were working, and we went through like a bunch of really bad names. And what we're about, I guess, is just playing live as much as we can, just playing out, and we're gonna tour as much as possible, and that's really our goal, just to tour more than we're writing stuff all the time, so we just want to play out a lot.
Right. Have any of you guys ever been in any bands or any experience before this?
We've all kind of been in bands, but not really playing out and not really taking it seriously. And this is the first band we all got together and took it seriously. Yeah.
Right. So I guess like you've learned from your mistakes. Is there anything that like you've done in the past that you wouldn't do now?
Play the music we used to, which wasn't very good.
Yeah, like we didn't take it seriously before. I mean,
yeah, we all definitely have a great attitude. It's very different this time around. I can feel it because I used to be in a band with Matt and also Gerard, and just the attitude that we have right now is just completely different. Like we all have the same goal, and hopefully we'll fulfill it.
Right. So you guys are on Eyeball Records, and you've been working on a record for them for the past couple months. And how'd you guys get hooked up with Eyeball?
Me and Mikey have known Alex for quite some time. We've always kind of been friends and always crossed paths. And I kind of really got to know Alex and Jeff, who ended up working on the record from when Thursday had got signed to Eyeball. And that was kind of like I did a shirt for them and kind of snowballed from there. And he had heard that we were working on a band, and he came out to see us one night. It was like a weeknight at the Loop Lounge or something, and there was nobody there. And he came to see us, and he liked what he saw, so that was really it.
Right on. And so are there any tours coming up on the way?
We've been like so busy with like so many different things, like trying to get the record done on time, and like just like we have so many things that a regular band has that we don't, like stickers. And like playing out's the most important.
You gotta have the merch before you're a real band, right?
yeah. Like so many bands like have, like just little things. Like we don't even have a real working van. Just we're working on getting stuff like that. But
right.
But we've gotten so many shows thrown at us recently that it's like when those all are gone, like we fulfill all those and we're gonna plan on a tour. But it's just been so hectic.
So right now you're just concentrating on local shows and trying to get your stuff together before you go and embark on a U.S. tour.
We're on a tour. We're working on actually trying to get a booking agent. That's the main thing.
Right. How have the responses been in the local area?
I think they've been really good.
Really good.
We make new fans every time we play, so that's good.
Yeah. So what kind of bands do you like? You prefer playing with?
We used to love playing with Pensy Prep. They don't really play anymore, so.
I've noticed that you've acquired one of their ex-members.
Yeah, we got Frankie from Pensy Prep, and it was just kind of like one of those things where we knew right away that he'd kind of clicked with us. And we didn't even want a second guitar player.
Yeah,
like,
for
you're just trying to give him a home. You saw him wandering around.
But like we knew he was. If there was ever going to be anybody that would fit with us, it was going to be him. So we took the opportunity.
Did you get a chance to record on the record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So how did that go with was the record written before you guys had him, or
It's
Actually, three songs that.
closer?
Yeah. Three of the songs that we had recorded that he was on the tracks were like recorded. We made them like 3-4 days before the recording, so they're brand new.
That's good. All right, so one of the reasons you're here is because your new record's coming out July 23rd, I believe.
Yep, July 23rd.
So that's a date, and you guys better check that out. And it's entitled Gerard.
Oh, I brought you my bullets, you brought me your love.
Right, I've listened to this record a few times, and I've noticed it seems to be some sort of a bit of a concept album, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's about like a year and a half in somebody's life. So.
Right, like from what I see from like the progression of the songs and the lyrical content, it seems that a lot of it is based around the same. It's not like the same stuff, but it seems like a story going along the lines.
Yeah.
So was that like its original intent, or is that just the way that it turned out with you writing?
Well, it was kind of like we just started writing songs, and the more that lyrics got put to them, it just sort of really all started to fit together like a story. And the title and just the whole record is really centered around that last song, Demolition Lovers, and it all culminates to that song.
Right.
I think another reason why that is because we wrote the album in such a short time, probably like maybe between 4 and 5 months. And that's kind of a short time to write an entire, a full record. So I think that has something to do with the closeness of lyrical content and just that flow.
And I think it works well with how it came out.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
When listening to it, I noticed that I didn't know if it was intentional or not, but that I noticed that it had some sort of like a character going through.
Yeah, like different situations,
right.
Like different moods, different settings.
And then it all ends with Demolition Lovers, which is like the climax.
Yeah,
of
like
the story.
originally the song Demolition Lovers was supposed to be called "I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love," but I just hate it when like bands names.
The title track of.
Title track. I just don't like title track.
Here's My Chemical Romance with the title track.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's where that song.
All right, we're gonna get into some of the music here, and one of my favorite tracks is actually the second track. It's the first the full song, "Honey, This Mirror Isn't Big Enough for the Two of Us." You want to get into that? I'm guessing, Gerard, you write most of the lyrics for it.
Yeah. You got an edit button for that song?
Yeah, I know where it is. I'm all good.
We talked about that on the way up. We were like, I don't think he's gonna be able to play that. But
I don't think I'm gonna be able to play track 5.
oh yeah, 5.
Hopefully not that one.
That's all right, because that's gonna be one of those that kids are gonna hear this, they're gonna get the record, and then track 5 is gonna be like the track that everyone loves because it's the one that they didn't hear. All right, so let's get into a little bit of the background. This is it's not the opening track, but it's the first track where you actually get introduced to the whole album.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the reasoning for making this track the first full track?
This was the last song we wrote, I think, before recording the record, and honestly, like I had run out of stuff to talk about, and so I asked everybody. I was like, does anybody else have a story they could talk about? And turns out Mikey did. So Mikey goes, write this about an ex-girlfriend. So I did. And I wrote it for Mikey.
For his ex-girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend?
Well, for Mikey's ex, but like I wrote it for Mikey. It's for Mikey.
Did he have any input on how the lyrics should be? Did you have any involvement in the writing?
Mikey, did you?
He said no.
I think Mikey pretty much just lived it, and like there's lines in there like you can't keep my brother and stuff like that. So that's kind of like me talking about him, and then it switches from like me to him.
Right. And for those of you who don't know, Mikey and Gerard are brothers.
Oh yeah.
How is it working with your brother in a band?
We've only been in like 2 fights, so.
Do you guys get into like sibling rivalry, like fist fights at practice?
We got pretty close once, right? That one time.
We thought we were in Oasis for a little while. Because things got pretty heated one day over something really ridiculous. I think it was like him being late for practice or something.
And I was like, I was just really angry. And I was just like,
You gotta do this to me.
But me and Mikey fight, I guess, once every 3 years. So getting that out of the way was really good because now we probably won't have another fight for way after.
Until you're on tour.
Yeah, until we're on tour. So,
on stage or
Perfect
something.
timing.
But we get along great. Otherwise, like, we have all the same friends. I mean, we're into the same stuff. It's just awesome.
That's awesome. All right, we're gonna get into this track, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into some of the. I know there's a lot of background story into the actual recording, a lot of stories that went on,
Definitely are.
a lot of terror and tragedy. So we'll get into that, and this is the first full track. All right, it's the first full track that's skipping.
Oh man, we were afraid of that.
Yeah, I guess I listened to it too much. And my car's a mess, so we're going to try this again on a different CD player. All right, we're back here with My Chemical Romance. You just heard one of the songs off of the new CD coming out July 23rd. Right, honey, this mirror isn't big enough for the two of us. And we'll get into a couple more in just a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about the actual recording process of this. This is the second time you went into a studio because you did a demo before this, right?
Right.
No, the demo was the demo done in Matt's attic. And,
Closer.
oh, the demo was done in Matt's attic, and we recorded Vampires. That was our first time in a studio recording Vampires at Nada Studios with John Nicolario. So,
All right.
So it was our second time, but we had just done one song.
All right. So, but how did that process go? I know there's a lot of story actually behind this. Well, most bands go in there, they lay the tracks down, they do the vocals, they mix and master. But I think Gerard had a few problems that he might let everybody.
I was in the hospital 5 times, and basically everything went completely smooth until I think it was like 2 days before I had to do my vocals, and I just got this incredible pain in my the left side of my face and my jaw and everything. My ear was all messed up, and it was just like completely unbearable. I was delirious with pain, and they all saw me. And
Yeah, there was that one night when we were in the hotel room. It was me, Frank, and Gerard, and Gerard was like literally flipping out, crying, and just also laughing like a maniac. It was insane. He was in that much pain, and he was like, it was absolutely horrible.
It's like unbelievable, unbearable.
Yeah, it basically looked like he wanted to rip his face off at one point.
I was like,
it was like
pulling a hood over my face and just like laughing and wandering, just like and like so I went to the hospital 5 times. And none of these doctors could figure out what was wrong with me, and they gave me a CAT scan. I had like a collection of like drugs just from all the different hospital visits. I have so many hospital bills because of it, and it just turned out being a tooth.
So you had the tooth pulled?
I went by myself. I was like, I think it's a tooth. So I just went, and they wouldn't X-ray me. They gave me CAT scans and all this stuff and Valiums. But I went to the oral surgeon that I didn't even know. I just went to an oral surgeon who would take me on a Friday, and I said X-ray. And he X-rayed me. They found this huge like abscess in a hole. It was really disgusting. And then he was like, "Do you want to pull it?" I said, "Just get it out of my mouth, you know." And so then I was on painkillers, and then I was in. My immune system was so low that I caught a cold. And I was sick for like a month and a half after that, and I still had to do 2 more days of vocals. So.
Yeah, it's funny that, the whole time you're just chilling, watching everybody lay down the tracks, and then it's time for you to step up and...
Great time. Like, we were going all over the place. We were playing Shack Shanty, me and Alex. It was so funny. Like, Shack Shanty is this game where a shack is a dilapidated wood structure, and a shanty is a structure up to, but not limited to, 7 different building materials. And they were all over Newburgh. Was that where we're in Newburgh?
Yeah, Newburgh, New York.
And then we found the ultimate shanty. And it was incredible. It was so fun. But then I got sick. But like for some weird reason, I don't know what it is, I had 2 days to lay down vocals where I was in no pain. This is before getting it removed and everything. But then I was in terrible pain during certain songs. You could even hear where I'm kind of like struggling through them and stuff. But.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing because you hear the record, and we're all just really proud of what he did because he was in pain. We shot some video while we were recording, and you literally see him. He's just struggling to get through the song.
Flinching.
It's really bad, but he did such an amazing performance on it, and we're just all really proud of him.
Do you think that added to the performance that you had to actually get through the pain?
For Early Sunsets over Monroeville, definitely. It was like, I don't know, like 9:30 at night. We were just getting ready to, it was the last song we did for that day, and I was in so much pain. And I just, Jeffy was like, all right, let it rip.
That's the mellow song, right?
Right, that's what's awesome about that too is I think it's like the last 3 minutes of that song is just one take, no edits, no stops, no cuts. It's an amazing performance by him and just by all of us. I think because we wrote that song like a few days before we went into the studio. Uh-huh. It wasn't finished when we recorded it, so it was just us, kind of all of us letting
It was your studio song.
Right. We wrote it in the studio, so that's.
Well, since we're hyping this up so much, we might as well play it because everyone out there's going, "Wow, it sounds like a great song."
Hopefully.
I want to hear him crying. I want to hear that tooth. So I guess let's go into a little bit back around the song, and then we'll play the song for everybody, and everyone can hear.
Okay, Mikey does not want me to reveal.
He's going, no.
What the song
You're
is
out.
about. But if there's plenty of clues in it, so if you figure out, I'll say it's about a film. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, you can figure out.
Film.
All right. You messed it up.
Oh, and I missed it. I'm like, what time
we
is
gotta
it?
give a shout out to Carlos real quick. Hey, Carlos.
Oh, it was.
All right.
He's like our biggest fan.
So we got I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Did I cut you off there?
No, no.
All right, we got My Chemical Romance here in the studio. We're doing an interview, playing some songs off the new record, and you guys got a show. We definitely want to talk about the show when we come back. And if you guys have any questions or anything to the band or about the band, you can call us here at 973-761-WSOU. And this is another track off the record, Early Sunset's Over. There we go. That was the fabled song that we were just talking about. All right, we're back, and I guess we're going to talk about the record release shows that are coming up soon.
Yeah.
So let's talk about those. I know there's one at the Loop and another one coming up at I believe Rexplex.
Right. There's one on July 19th. It's a 21 and over show.
Is that the official one? That's like the
Yeah.
that's the one that closer to home, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's 21 and over. It's at the Loop Lounge in Passaic Park, New Jersey. And we're also playing with St. Catherine's and Sleep Station, two other great eyeball bands. And we're really looking forward to that.
And Sleep Station is also releasing their CD on the same day.
Right, also on
right?
the same day.
So that's a record release for them as well.
Right.
Right? And they're another good band. They're from the New York, New Jersey area as well, right?
Yep.
Right.
They just finished, I think they just got done recording their new record,
album,
which
incredible.
it's amazing.
I can't wait.
It's awesome.
So the one's coming out is a re-release, right? And then they're coming out with another album. That also going to be on Eyeball?
Yep.
Awesome. So it looks like Eyeball's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Really good. Comes out that day too. And that's a great record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan of. I've heard some of the live demo stuff
Oh, yeah.
from in the past, and that's very good stuff.
And then we got the Rexplex on August 3rd. I think we're playing with Moth and AI, June Spirit, and Sleep Station is playing. I think there's 2 stages they're playing with. I can't remember the other bands on.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good too. So, and that's for
That's an
all ages show, which is why I wanted to do an all ages record release too.
Right, and for those of you who haven't been to Rexplex, it's actually a very cool place. You pay for the show, and I believe you get a day's worth of skating for free.
Yeah.
I think
How
that's
was
the
that?
first time I saw December play.
Nice.
With the Rexplex on the balcony.
Yeah, I don't know if they still have the shows up on the balcony.
Yeah, I was
right?
wondering
I
how
hope
they.
not, because
It's
like
dangerous up there.
Someone might fall.
yeah.
Gerald might fly.
Yeah, I think I told you I was like, I don't know how you didn't jump off it. If I was up there, I'd probably try to jump because
Yeah.
I'm not thinking. Obviously.
It was pretty fun. It's a fun place to play, so should be a good show. I haven't seen any other shows there, but it looks like they're going to be doing shows there more often.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Is there any other shows that you want to perhaps talk about?
Coming up, the July 26th in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, we're playing with Element 101 and River City High. We just met Element, and they're awesome guys. We played with them in Delaware, and they're like some of the coolest people, and they offered us another show right away.
Nice.
Come with them to Pennsylvania. So we're excited about that one, and other than that, we'll just update them on the site.
Right. Which is?
www.mychemicalromance.com.
All right, there you go. So make sure you put that in your favorites, your bookmarks, and visit it frequently. It's actually a very cool site, so definitely check it out. I guess you've been playing shows, and there's a recent show in Delaware that I've heard about. And how'd that go?
It went really good. Like, we got a really good response from the crowd. There was a kid dancing from Delaware who got a little excited. I actually think he was a little intoxicated. He was dancing a little too hard. He'd hurt some people, and we didn't notice it. And then later on, he'd really started to hurt some people. He actually
Was
jumped.
this during your set, or was this just like throughout the
He
show?
started during our set, and then it got worse during Trunk Full of Dead Bodies. Started to play.
I could see where the mentality comes, I guess.
Yeah, it got worse, and then he took a dive right into Element 101's drum set, and it was really, and then ours, and then after he, luckily Otter has this enormous cage
Yeah,
around
if
his
anyone's
drums.
seen us live,
It's like this big obnoxious steel cage, and luckily he had that because I think the kid got more hurt than the drum set. But I mean that's
actually
not cool
great.
either. But I mean, drums are all right.
And that's all that matters. All right, well, what are some of your favorite songs off this record to play live and actually, or during the recording process?
I think recording process-wise, definitely Monroeville, and the last song, Demolition Lovers, because that song took us just about 6 months to write. We had that song very early, like parts of the song very early when we first started the band, and it just took 6 months to finally get it right, and to hear it like how it sounds on the CD is just incredible. It's really moving for me, and I think for all of us, because it took so long to get right. As far as live, Vampires is always incredible,
Right.
because it's just so fun to play. And also the Mirror song, I think, for me. Maybe Frank wants to talk.
I like Knives a lot to play, and Vampires is always fun. So, I mean, recording, I guess the Mirror song. I and Monroeville because I had no clue what I was gonna do. I wrote it in the van before we recorded, and I had like frostbite on my finger, so it kind of sucked.
I don't know. I pretty like "Wish You Away" best. I mean, that's always been my favorite. Drowning Lessons. That's right. We had a late name change on that one, but Drowning Lessons is definitely always my favorite.
I like the Monroeville song. Yeah. It's fun watching you tweak out at the end. Play live. Probably the Mirror song.
I like my favorite the tuning song, Frankie's tuning song, and my favorite to record. That's a tough one. Vampires, even though it was done before the whole album, that was awesome because like there was this huge storm that rolled in when we recorded it, and it was so cool. And everybody thought like I let some bats go and stuff, and that was really cool. So, my favorite song to play live is Knives. Our Lady of Sorrows. Sorry, we're using the old titles for songs. Sorry. Yeah, it's called Our Lady of Sorrows. That's my favorite, and Headfirst because I get to dance a lot. Headfirst for Halos. A lot of shit.
All right, so one of the producers of this record is Jeff of Thursday. How was it working with him, and how did his input affect the outcome of the record?
Working with him was awesome. I mean, like we were all friends for so long, and then it was just awesome to have him, to work with him as like a musician was a totally different way, like than hanging out with a friend. So, but it was still like a light atmosphere. But I learned how to hold back a lot, which like I'd always just kind of go for it. When we start recording, I try to do it in one take as much as possible. I just let it rip, and then he kind of taught me like how to be more subtle. And he actually asked me once, I never thought of this before, like he asked me what I had meant when one of the lines in one of the songs. And he's like, because you're saying it sarcastically, so do you mean it that way? And I said, well, I never thought of that. So.
And did you change the way you said
it?
Because
that made me really think about the way I was saying things.
Wow.
So lyrically and musically too, but lyrically I know that he had a lot of input, and musically he had a lot of really good ideas to bring to the table. Also John Niclario, who engineered, and Alex they both had like great ideas, and it's awesome working with John too.
Yeah, it came out very good. You could tell that there's a lot of effort that was put into it.
Yeah, like he cared about it, which was great. Because a lot of guys, you go and record an album, they just want to kind of get it done.
Right.
And
they'll let things slip that really shouldn't. You might not heard, but they should hear.
Exactly. Like John, like I would be like jumping around in the booth, like, oh, this is awesome, and he'd be like, it's not so hot. Little late on that.
Let me rain on your parade for a second, but
yeah. So it's cool.
That's good. And speaking of lyrical content, I think one of the more interesting things is the lyrics. Where do you draw your influences from?
Like Alex says I write comic book lyrics because I have a comic book background because I used to draw comic books for a living. So I don't know. Like I just try to get really descriptive,
Right.
So a lot of it's just drawn from real life or using metaphors to describe a real life situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt like, like I'm a big Tom Waits fan. So like I just like he's just so vivid with his descriptions, and he paints a picture like it's, I felt like a lot of that was missing from like young music, like
Yeah.
kind of music we listen to is like not enough people painting pictures and being vivid. They're just very upfront with a lot of things.
Yeah, they're just straight up.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
that's
trying to
cool,
tell
too,
stories.
sometimes,
It is
but-
cool. It is cool. I just kind of wanted to tell more stories.
Yeah.
We're all into that.
And it works well with the way the record comes out. The record came out and was written or whatever.
Thanks.
Hey, we're gonna get into a song the song I have been playing pretty much the last couple of weeks since you guys gave it to me, and that's "Vampires Will Never Hurt You."
Cool.
And I seen you guys a couple times live before I heard anything recorded. And I was like, wow, this is, they're good bands. You've been friends of mine, and I've always supported you. When I heard this song in my CD player, I was just blown away. I was like, this band is actually gonna be like ridiculous one day. So
We're working on being ridiculous.
and being ridiculous is one of the best things you
It
can
is.
say. Like I think you're gonna be one of those bands that you guys will be thrown into a regular rotation sooner or later.
Cool.
And I think people are gonna hear this during the day, like maybe like in the middle of the song, just be like, "Yo, who's this?" and call up and ask.
Wow.
So
That'd be great. Thank you.
because I know if I didn't know who you guys were and I just heard the song randomly from somebody else or whatever, that's the way I would have felt.
Yeah.
It's definitely like I was getting bored with music at the time that you guys gave me. I have over like 400 CDs, and I'd look at my CD rack and she'd be like, everything sucks, And then this came along and I was just like, great, I got a great song. And the only thing that sucked is that it was only one song.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have the whole record now. But let's talk about Vampires, and then we're gonna play it for everybody.
Okay. It's obviously it's this metaphor for something that had happened to not just me, but like a lot of people in real life. It's kind of, I don't know if I should give away too much because a lot of people take away their own things from it,
Right.
But
That's what's also good, I think, about the record, that you can interpret it your own way, apply it to your own life. It may not mean the same thing.
yeah,
but-
I get emails from people saying like how the song helped them get through a situation and like what their meaning of the song meant to them, and it helped them, and I thought that was awesome. So I don't ever, on this one especially, divulge too much of what it's about because it's pretty personal. But
Mhm.
but it's like it's about vampires.
All right, with that said, you're listening to My Chemical Romance here on 89.5 FM, WSOU, South Orange. All right, we're back here with My Chemical Romance, and this is the final chat session here, which I like to call the interviews here because I've told them before. I think I told Gerard today, I hate interviews.
Yeah. You say you didn't have any questions.
I never
You
have
like to do
questions.
that. That's good though. It's like,
I had to drive in here once,
really.
and I was just like, hey, so how was the ride?
Were they shocked at how unprepared you were?
No, they didn't actually. I don't think they noticed. They're really weird people, and you could say like they talked most of the time. I was just like, so you got a new record coming out, and they talk for like 3 minutes, and they're really interesting. It was a good interview. It's just really bad when you have like someone pretty boring and you ask them like a question that you think they're gonna like divulge on, and they just go, yeah, it was like, how was tour? Yeah, it was good. And then you get like that
That happened
like
a lot?
awkward silence. No, it only happened like once or twice.
I'm sure.
I'll tell you the bands later. I don't want to go on the air and tell you who these bands were, but I'll tell you they were doing hardcore reality. So you don't have very interesting people.
Oh yeah.
No, everybody hates me now. But all right. I want to remind everybody, you got a show. The record release shows are July 19th at
July 19th, Friday.
Loop, and the one at Rexplex, which is all ages,
August 3rd.
August
Yeah.
3rd. All right. So
let's see. What time does the show start on the 19th? Doors open at 9, so
it's an over 21 show. So you guys heard this band. You want us to go see them live, kick a couple brews, and just enjoy the night at that Loop.
yeah.
So it's definitely going to be a good show. It's going to be an older crowd, so you don't have to deal with a lot of the things that go on in all ages show.
I think somebody tried to dance for us a couple times.
At the Loop.
Yeah, and they got the bouncers. Anthony.
It was Anthony.
Anthony.
What's up, Dan? Is he listening?
He's probably sleeping.
All right, so you guys want to say, anything to anybody that might be listening while we wrap things up?
Yeah, I want to say hi to Sleep Station, John, Sean, Alex. Who else? Let's see. The whole eyeball family. Jermaine. Who else?
Just about everybody he just mentioned, and Rachel, my mother. I know she's listening. Hi, Mom.
Oh man, we tell mom we
Yeah, I
were
got my
Is she
girlfriend
taping
Robin
it?
and JJ were behind us, and mom and dad. Hey, what's going on?
Just like to say hi to Tammy and mom and dad and all my brothers. My brother started me playing guitar, so thanks to him. And hello, everybody.
I'd like to say hi to St. Catherine's, who are on tour right now, and they played Chrome tonight with Lawrence Arms. What's that? Oh, Carlos. Yeah, we said Carlos.
Oh,
And the whole street team, though, I want to say hi to. Yeah.
Excellent. So we're going to wrap things off and get with the last song, the climax of the whole CD. And I guess you guys want to introduce this before we kick you guys out of here? Mikey does not want to talk. He just wants to tussle his hair. You hair tussler.
This song is called Demolition Lovers. And there you go. It's about, you want to know what it's about?
Yes,
It's about willing to dish out and receive bullets for somebody because you love them that much.
Awesome. So if you dig this is My Chemical Romance, and it's coming out July 23rd, so be on the lookout. Go to their shows, and if you want to hear them more on the radio, make sure you call up during the day and you request Vampires Will Never Hurt You. So this is Demolition Lover. You've been listening to Under the Stars here on 89.5 FM WSOU. We'll be back with a few more songs before we kick it the next week. Good night.
But I could probably just do that like this Saturday. But
Yeah, just give him a few.
I'll do it tonight when everybody's over there. All right. Anyway, I guess I just want to, like, I don't know, accomplish something. You know what I mean? Like, just really like touch a lot of people. And, you know,
Definitely.
I just. Well, that too. I mean, that would be nice.
Wait for tour for
But-
that.
So if you could just call in, you want to be touched. Nah, you know, like, see the world basically, and just, sounds so homoerotic, but just make a difference. You know, like, really, just make a difference.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to get into the final song of My Chemical Romance tonight, and that's Head First for Halos. Do you want to get into that?
Really quick, just to save you some time. It's a song about being really depressed on a lot of antidepressants and wanting to kill yourself. But instead of doing that, I just wrote a song about it. So that's what you should do if you ever want to kill yourself.
Just write a song.
Write a song about it.
Don't take the antidepressants.
What's that?
Don't take the antidepressants.
No, I mean, if you need them, you know what I mean? Like, counseling works, and so do antidepressants. I mean, it's proven that they work for some people, so I want to try that. But just don't hurt yourself, and, there's all kinds of hotlines to call for that.
Write a song.
Write a song.
Or go spray painting.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
always fun.
No.
All right, so this is Head First for Halos.